The following video may contain explicit language and graphic content which may be offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, my name is Isaiah and I'm with my co-host, Emelio. Today we will be doing a documentary and interviewing police officers and also people who went in and out of the correction facilities. There are over 2 million people incarcerated in the United States correction facilities, and here are their stories. What really goes on behind bars? We will find out. Thank you.
There are people that we have to arrest every day or the day after for the same offenses.
Of being incarcerated in a big jail at 17 years old, and I was the youngest guy in there. You know how they said, no mom, no dad. So, I went to the quickest thing to help me, drugs.
Or I feel sorry for some of the individuals and the circumstances that have led them to where they are right now.
I'm known for being extra kind, understanding, empathetic.
Oh, we ain't never free.
Today we're going to be interviewing this fine gentleman. What's your name?
Sergeant Davis.
Hello, Sergeant Davis. Emelio.
Nice to meet you, Emelio.
That's my friend Isaiah.
Howdy.
Isaiah.
So, this is a documentary. So it's just, we're going to be interviewing people. And so today, it's going to be you. First question, do you remember your first arrest?
No, I do not remember my first arrest.
When did you start?
When did I start policing?
Yes.
2018, June of 2018. So I graduated from Upstate, then I worked at the Greenville County Detention Center for 2 years, and then I came here and I've been here since 2018.
So what are your views towards rehabilitation?
I think rehabilitation is a valuable tool. Here at the city, we have certain things in place, such as homeless court for first-time individuals that are designated as homeless. So we have certain programs and things to try to keep individuals out of the criminal justice system, to try to keep fines and charges and things off of people. I think rehabilitation is a great tool. It's like anything else in life. You got to have somebody that's willing to be rehabilitated, willing to receive help. And some are and some aren't, but that's based on the individual. All we can do is offer their services.
Now, the whole idea behind corrections, as we call it, what do you think of all of that?
What's my opinion on corrections?
Yeah.
I think it's needed in any organized society. I think if you look back at history, there's going to be people that have had to have been removed from regular society for whatever reason, because that society deemed it. Now, the way that we function in 2025 is we have laws and statutes, and if you violate certain laws and certain statutes, then we have to take you from where you are and put you somewhere else. Some of the correctional facilities focus on rehabilitation and some of it's punitive punishment. But I think that our system is flawed, just like every system is to a certain degree. Mm-hmm. But the function of it is valuable and it's important. Some people have to be removed from society for the betterment of the other individuals in that society. Okay. And that's what our system is built upon. Now, the way that we do that in the corrections system, and the court system, and in the law enforcement function all work together towards that best option for the individual, but society as a whole. There are people that we have to arrest every day or the day after for the same offenses. Mm-hmm. They may be misdemeanor offenses, but it shows that what we're trying to do to correct the behavior is not working for that individual. I definitely have sympathy, or I feel sorry for some of the individuals and the circumstances that have led them to where they are right now. But I understand that God has put me in this place and I play a certain part in what we're trying to do here. And that there are certain things that we have put in place that are not allowed in our society, certain laws. And it's my job to enforce those laws.
We're talking to a second officer now. Hi, I'm Emelio. What's your name?
Officer Rosco, nice to meet you.
Do you remember your first arrest?
I do. It wasn't that long ago. I'm currently in training, so with great help of my supervisor, I can confidently say that I felt comfortable doing so because I know that I have my supervisor's back if I was kind of like leaning towards the wrong direction or if I was making a mistake. But I'm also confident enough to know that what I was doing was correct, because one thing that I fear for is to possibly, I just always want to be sure that I know what I'm doing and I'm not just wrongfully taking somebody's freedom.
Yeah.
So that's something very serious and something that we need to always be sure about what we're doing and be confident about it.
Grace.
Officer
I go
Grace,
by my first name.
do you remember your first arrest as a police officer?
Absolutely.
Can you tell us about that?
It was like a DUS third, which is a driving under suspension third or subsequent. So in the state of South Carolina, under that statute, that is a mandatory ride to jail. That actually carries prison time. Whereas DUS or driving under suspension first time or second time can just be a citation and a release. It was just somebody that was not happy to go to jail, so.
When arresting people, do you sometimes feel sorry that they're being arrested or so?
It's funny you ask me that because I'm known for being extra kind, understanding, empathetic, and I truly am. I treat people on every incident just as I would want me or my family members to be treated. Or if you were my brother, I would want me to treat you the same way I would expect you to treat my brother. You know what I mean? So going into incidents like that with suspects, victims, or complainants, to me, changes the dynamic of the whole incident, whatever that is.
Today I am interviewing Blue. Blue has served some sentences in prison, and today we're going to be interviewing you.
20 years.
20 years. Okay, Mr. Blue. The first question is, what led to your incarceration?
I grew up in a poverty neighborhood that, you know what I mean, when, you know how they said, no mom, no dad. So, you know, I went to the quickest thing to help me, drugs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I started selling drugs. But at the beginning, I was a football player, school, you know what I mean, doing good, you know what I mean? My mom passed away, so I really didn't have nothing. I ain't had the nicest clothes like my homeboy had, so I went to drugs. Drug robbing, stealing, killing, whatever it takes to have money. I did it.
Now you said you were in prison for 20 years.
20
what was
years.
that like? After those 20 years,
Woo!
what was that like?
I started my time at CCI.
CCI, where's that at?
It's in Columbia, behind the wall. My first day at CCI, I was on the bus with a white dude. We had left periods. You know what I mean? Little young white dude. He was locked up for rape or something like that. You know what I mean? He had an uncle that would know that he was coming. So his uncle was waiting on it, but his uncle had people that know what he was locked up for too. You know what I mean? As soon as we got off, dude stabbed him and killed him. In front of us. Killed him. Cause he had a rape charge, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Anybody go to jail for rape, you know what I mean? You's a target. Mm-hmm. You're really a target. You know what I mean? And I mean, he died right there in my arms. I mean, I really tried to save him, you know what I mean? Dude stabbed him, 26 times. You know what I mean? I don't see more in prison than I see out here in the streets in my life. I done sold more drugs in prison than I sold out here in my life. Word. I mean, it's more drugs in prison than on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Word. Oh, I got stabbed 8 times.
8 times?
8 times.
8 times?
Yeah, I got hit with a lumber blade right here. I got hit with a lumber blade. I had 100 staples and 6 screws. Got hit with a lumber blade. Let me get you right. So, got hit with a lumber blade right here. Dude hit me right there at the end. That's why you see that big. I had to have all my calling took off. Motherfucker hit me with a lumber blade. Came out right there. Motherfucker hit me with a pitchfork right there. Mm-hmm. I almost punched my lung. You know what I mean? I was in ICU for like, 6 months.
One of my final questions. Did prison, I know it, I'm sure it did.
Did it change me? No.
No? Did it affect you mentally or physically?
No. You know why? I'm gonna be honest with you, and people don't understand. I went down when I was young, but you got to realize, I growed up seeing this shit. So when I went to prison, it was just like in another neighborhood. I had to adapt.
Well, I thank you for that conversation, Mr. Boone. I thank you for letting me interview you. And that's all the time we have.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I really appreciate it, man.
Hi, switching out for Isaiah, Emelio here. I'm here with
Big boy.
Big Boy.
Nickname, street name, Big Boy. JR, Junior.
How many do you have?
Well, a lot. And the reason I got them names is because I learned early. If a person don't never know your real name, they don't know who to take the one out of. I'd rather have alias because it's always saved me from being locked up. I mean, a lot of people used to want to put me in jail, but they didn't know who to put in jail because they didn't never know the real name.
Do you remember getting arrested for the first time?
First time I got arrested, I was 17 years old. I remember when they first made the rule of being incarcerated in a big jail at 17 years old, and I was the youngest guy in there. A lot of the guys called me their jailhouse son, which they took good care of me because I was the youngest one in there. They would give me free haircuts, give me canteen, you know, and I was in the county jail with a $50,000 bond.
How was it like in the system?
Okay, so it was some getting some used to, you know. I mean, I seen a lot of my friends because, of course, I was in the county jail, Cherokee County. So I, you know, we had our funny days, you know, and we would laugh, you know. Don't want to get involved with gambling because that's when fights happen. But you know, in there you gamble with your canteen, you know what I'm saying. But I try to stay away from that, which I would do it every once in a while. So that was the. You had your up days, you know. I mean, you learn a lot. I mean, you learn how to sneak stuff in. First time I seen a person light a cigarette through a plug. You take a paper clip, you put some toilet paper around it. You take cut the lead out of a pencil, and you take the other half of the paper clip and you put it inside the other socket, and it'll catch fire, and you smoke cigarettes like that.
Oh, so it's stuff like that. Like
yeah, that's all kind of. I mean, it's the most talent. It's people
like DIY projects.
Yeah.
Like I've seen like on social media, like the ramen noodle trick.
Right,
or,
making the setups, you know, and it be so good.
Like the toilet wine and stuff like that.
Yeah, you make you know, bunch of just set fruit in a bag for maybe a month, and then you drink it, and then have you drunk with any alcohol out here. It's a different kind of ball game, you know. You got somebody letting you know when to go to sleep. Well, you not when to go to sleep, but when lights out, you don't have to go to sleep. But it's lights out. But when it's time to get up, you better have your ass up. I mean, when you eat, when you come out of your cell, you know, it's just mostly follow your rules.
How many years did you do? How many years did you spend in?
Well, it took 18 months for me. Kirkland was the roughest part. Kirkland, you be locked down.
Mm-hmm.
That's before you even hit a yard. That's where you go do your processing there. That's where you get your blood work done, see if you got AIDS, and a lot of people come out of crime, didn't even know they was affected with HIV. And they go to a whole nother different yard because you can't be around other inmates.
Well, thank you for your time.
Yes, sir. Yes.
There you have it. People going in and out of the system. Now, a lot of people are wondering, what are we gonna do? You know, people come in, people go out, so what? They're bad people, right? Wrong. They're humans, just like me and you. Now, this documentary is not to show how bad people are or how bad the system is. It's about how we can make a change. How do we make that change, you ask? We be good. We be better than how we are. we go away from old values to new ones for betterment. Because this isn't just us we're talking about, this is the world. And the only way we can do better with this world is if we be better. I'm Emelio Burgos. My co-host is Isaiah Makupson. This is our documentary. Thank you for watching.